Hello?
You're about to watch unexplainable paranormal footage that will chill you. Strange shapes slither where they shouldn't, toys seem to come alive, and figures appear in places no one should be. From shadows in forgotten halls to eerie faces caught on camera, these moments will make you question what's real and what isn't. What do you do when a casual dog walk turns into a scene straight out of a fairy tale? Out in a remote, snow-covered forest, a guy films his dog bounding through the powder, expecting nothing but quiet. Then, in the distance, something wild catches his eye. A girl in a bright red jacket, flying above the snow, with her mother just watching like it's no big deal. The second his dog barks, though, they bolt, gone faster than you can say. What just happened? Was this a magical moment, a trick of the light, or a mother-daughter duo with some serious secrets? What happens when you're filming a spooky church and meet a ghost who's not here for your vlog? A guy's panning his camera across the creaky benches of an abandoned church when, bam, his lens catches a figure in a white veil chilling in the front pew. It turns to give him the creepiest side-eye ever.
Hello?
He squeaks out a hello, probably hoping it's just Karen from accounting, but nope. Realizing this veiled vibe is straight up supernatural, he screams louder than a cat in a bathtub and bolts, probably setting a new personal record for the 100-meter dash. Is this a ghostly bride planning her eternal RSVP? A shadow playing pranks? Or just a church ghost who's tired of uninvited YouTubers? How does a doll just decide to move its head like it's auditioning for a horror flick? In a chilling video, a girl beams at the camera, cradling her white-skinned, dark-haired doll like it's her bestie. Everything's all smiles, until the doll pulls a plot twist. Its head swivels to stare right at her, cue the scream, the drop, and pure chaos. This thing looks like it's ready to whisper, "Playtime's over." Is it possessed, a prank, or just a doll with a serious attitude problem? Who knew a soda review could turn into a paranormal blockbuster? TikTok star Anna Banana kicks off her video with a cheery, "So for today's drink," when, plot twists, the curtains behind her start twitching. Something's definitely vibing back there, and it's not the soda. Spooked but brave, Anna charges at the curtains, yanks them open, and nothing. Just an empty sliding door and a whole lot of nope. She slams the door shut, probably wishing she'd reviewed decaf instead.
So for today's drink,
with 9.5 million views, this clip's got the internet shaking. Haunted house vibes or just a breeze with a sense of humor? How do you explain a light orb sprinting across a dark landing? In this spine-chilling video, in the shadows, as the light flickers on, there are two shadowy figures lurking at the top of a staircase. Then, an eerie orb drifts past, floating like it's got somewhere to be. But the real terror hits when a creaky door groans and a tiny, ghostly baby dashes across the landing. The person filming is freaking out.
It's going across the top of the landing, and that's moving. Well, can you ever see it?
And honestly, who wouldn't? Is this a restless spirit, a paranormal prank, or just a house with way too much personality? What's creepier than a toy closet with a mind of its own? A kid's happily playing with the swing in her room, giggling without a care when the door to her toy closet creaks open on its own, swinging wide like it's ready to join the fun. She doesn't even notice, lost in her playtime vibes. But as she moves away from the swing and walks away, the swing goes nuts, thrashing back and forth like a hyperactive ghost possesses it. The footage cuts off just as the chaos peaks, leaving us all wondering, haunted toys, prankster poltergeist, or just a swing with some serious energy. Who's throwing an epic supernatural meltdown in a pitch-black school at midnight? Nighttime CCTV footage from a deserted hallway captures absolute paranormal madness. A door at the far end swings wide open and slams shut, like it's in a screaming match with its own hinges. Then, a cabinet of lockers starts shaking like it's ready to throw hands, with several bursting open, hurling books, pencils, and crumpled papers like a classroom explosion. As if that's not unhinged enough, a caution sign gets yeeted across the hall, as though something's totally fed up with safety rules. The vibes here are beyond haunted. Think Ghost Principal on a rampage. Is this a poltergeist serving eternal detention, a spectral prankster with a chip on its shoulder, or just a school with a seriously wild after-hours attitude? What happens when a quiet office turns into a paranormal circus at night? On November 1st, 2012, guards at Castlefield House in Manchester froze as CCTV revealed a nightmare. Chairs spun on their own. Screens glitched in unison, and door handles rattled furiously. Suddenly, one creaked open, lockers shook, and drawers burst open, flinging papers everywhere. Was it a spirit on a rampage, a poltergeist with office grudges, or just the building screaming, "No more paperwork"? What's stirring in the ghostly dawn mist of one of America's most haunted battlefields? In Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a chilling videotaping session at daybreak off Wheatfield Road, just a mile from the notorious Triangular Field, captures a scene ripped straight from a supernatural tale. As the camera steadies on a desolate, fog-shrouded path, two abrupt flashes of light blink, one on the left, then the right, like spectral Morse code signaling from beyond. Slowly, faint, glowing, human-like figures materialize, gliding toward the left side of the path with an eerie grace. Not just one, but soon multiple shadowy forms emerge, drifting through the haze like soldiers marching to the echo of a long, silent war drum. The footage is so haunting it'll have you glued to your screen, replaying to catch every detail. Are these restless Civil War spirits, forever bound to the battlefield, mere tricks of the dawn's dim light, or Gettysburg's ghosts delivering a bone-chilling reminder that they've never left the fight? What happens when you invite the dead to a late-night chat and they actually show up? Equipment expert Shane Pittman, known for his cool-headed ghost hunts, sets up in the middle of a dimly lit room, blindfolded, with only his camera and flash by his side. He's calling out to the spirits, voice steady, asking them to make their presence known. Then, clear as day, footsteps echo, slow and deliberate, like someone's pacing just out of sight. Shane, calm as ever, points it out, saying, "I hear footsteps. Can you stand right in front of me?" Big mistake. The air shifts, and a chaotic shuffling erupts, like a crowd of ghosts decided to rearrange the furniture. Shane rips off his blindfold, curses loud enough to wake the neighbors, and leaps back, nearly knocking over the lantern. The room's empty, but the vibes are screaming, haunted. Is this a spirit answering Shane's call, a paranormal prank, or a ghost saying, "You want me closer? Bet." What's prowling through a quiet West Knox front yard in the dead of night? In the wee hours of the morning, a Ring camera captures a wild scene. A coyote bolts across the lawn, its sleek form slicing through the darkness before vanishing into the shadows. Just when you think it's gone, the crafty critter reappears, sprinting back the exact same way it came, like it's running loops in a ghostly relay race. The footage, sworn to be 100% authentic, has locals buzzing. This isn't your average backyard visitor. Those glowing eyes and that eerie back-and-forth feel almost supernatural. Is this just a curious coyote scoping out the neighborhood, a spectral trickster playing with the camera, or a West Knox wildlife mystery that's got more secrets to spill? What's more unsettling than a late-night visitor who seems straight out of a nightmare? In the dead of night, A doorbell camera captures a woman stepping into frame, her presence alone enough to raise hairs. She stares directly into the lens, flashing the creepiest smile, teeth bared in an unnaturally wide grin that screams bad intentions. Just when you think it can't get worse, her eyes bulge, growing huge and unblinking, like something out of a horror flick. The footage feels like it's daring you to keep watching. She lingers for a moment, that eerie grin frozen, before slinking back into the darkness. No knock, no words, just pure skin-crawling vibes. Is this a prankster with a flair for the dramatic, a ghostly figure messing with the tech, or a night prowler who knows exactly how to terrify? One thing's for sure, this doorbell cam clip will make you triple-check your locks. What's lurking in the dark when you're just trying to film your dog's bedtime routine? A lady's casually recording her pups, panning the camera as she chats about how they're ready to snuggle up for the night.
The dogs are ready for bed. It's just a peaceful night here.
One dog, though, isn't vibrating. Its eyes are locked on the pitch-black hallway, ears perked like it sees something she doesn't. Curious, she swings the camera toward the darkness, and bam, a shadowy figure darts away, vanishing faster than her Wi-Fi signal. She screams, "What is that?" as the shadow melts into the gloom, leaving her and her dogs on edge.
Get ready to go to bed myself. What the f*** is that? What? Oh, God!
The footage is pure chills, with those dogs clearly sensing something off. Was it a trick of the light? An uninvited guest from the beyond, or a shadow with some serious sneaky skills? What's scarier than a stranger trying to barge into your house at 1:30 a.m.? Caught on a doorbell cam, a drunk guy clutching a bottle stumbles up to a woman's front door in the dead of night, fumbling with the lock like it's his own place. When she calls out through the intercom, asking what he's doing, he tells her it is his house. He insists it's his blue house, but she shuts him down with a calm, "It's gray." Suddenly, he turns innocent, asking, "Wait, where's my house?" With saint-like patience, she points him 2 doors down. The guy shuffles off, leaving viewers spooked yet chuckling. Was this just a boozy blunder, a creepy close call, or a neighbor who needs a better GPS? What's creepier than a late-night drive through a fog-choked forest with only your headlights for company? Stumbling across this guy. A man's cruising down a dark, twisting road in the dead of night, his beams cutting through the misty woods like a knife, when they catch a disheveled figure just standing there on the roadside. This person's frozen face turned away, as if they're deep in conversation with an invisible friend, or something far more sinister lurking in the shadows. No one else is around, just endless trees and an eerie vibe so thick it could choke you. The driver slows, heart pounding, probably cursing every horror movie he's ever binged. The figure doesn't move, doesn't acknowledge the car, and just keeps staring into the void. Is this a lost soul wandering the woods? A ghostly hitchhiker waiting for a ride that never comes? Or just some dude having the weirdest night of his life? One thing's certain, this road's got stories, and they're not the cozy kind. Who knew cleaning the porch could summon an 8-legged nightmare? A guy's just minding his business, sweeping his front porch with a broom when, BAM! A spider the size of a dinner plate scuttles out like it owns the place. He swings the broom to shoo it away, probably hoping it's just a really confident bug. But this arachnid isn't fazed. It dodges like it's in a boxing match and then, getting this, follows him as he tries to move it off the porch. This spider's got serious main character energy. Is it a mutant creepy crawly, a prank gone wrong, or just a porch spider with a personal vendetta? What's this slimy behemoth slithering in broad daylight? Meet the Black Sea Hare, a 39-inch, 31-pound sea slug that looks like it crawled out of a sci-fi flick. Spotted off California's coast, this Aplysia vacaria glides through tide pools like an alien overlord. No ink, just pure creepy bulk. Is it a sea monster, a mutant, or just a kelp-munching blob with an attitude? Watch it move and decide. It's January 21st, just past 11 p.m., when a man steps outside after hearing strange noises a few hundred feet from his house. At first, it doesn't sound like anything unusual. He's used to coyotes, foxes, even wolves wandering around. But this is different. He records a video to share the story, and that's when it happens again. The sound echoes through the night, low and strange. Nothing like the wildlife he's familiar with.
I mean, I've seen foxes and coyotes around here for a long time, and I'm not sure why.
Almost as if something huge is moving out there. His friend happens to be making a documentary on Bigfoot, and this would have been the perfect tape for him. But before he can even process what's happening, a gunshot cracks through the silence. Suddenly, the encounter feels less like curiosity and more like survival. Out there in the Oregon woods, something may have been hunting, something far bigger than a wolf. This one is not just creepy, it's real, and it's tragic. Police released extended footage from Creekside Church in Midlothian, showing the suspect in the murder of Missy Bevers. Dressed head to toe in tactical SWAT-style gear, the figure calmly roams the empty hallways, smashing doors, checking rooms, moving with unsettling patience. Now, imagine being Missy in that moment. It's 5 a.m. She's alone, preparing for a fitness class, and suddenly this armored stranger emerges from the shadows. No warning, no escape. What followed was every person's worst nightmare. An ambush in a place that was supposed to feel safe. This isn't just eerie surveillance. It's real nightmare fuel. A glimpse of calculated evil caught on camera. The case still haunts investigators and the community to this day. May Missy Bevers rest in peace. Meet the king cobra, the largest venomous snake on the planet. These monsters can reach 18 feet in length, weigh over 20 pounds. And here's the kicker. They don't just hiss, they growl. Yeah, a snake that growls at you like a dog from hell. Now imagine this. One cobra, already terrifying enough, has another snake in its mouth, and it's still growling at the cameraman. That's not just nature being creepy, that's nature being rude. Like, buddy, you're already eating lunch. Why are you threatening me too? And sure, you don't need a herpetologist to translate this moment. If a king cobra starts growling at you, it only means one thing. You're about 2 seconds away from making very bad life choices. Personally, I'd be out of there before it even opened its mouth. An abandoned church is already creepy enough, but this one? It looks like someone grabbed the whole building and shook it like a toy. The pews are flipped, rubble scattered everywhere, and the silence is so heavy it almost feels staged. But no. This isn't a set. This is real. The cameraman walks through the ruins like he owns the place, and honestly, he's got nerves of steel. Because me? I wouldn't even poke my head in. He claims he saw someone hiding in there, which makes this footage 10 times worse. A shadow in a church with no congregation? That's how horror movies start. The real question is, why did such a massive place just get left to rot? What happened here that made everyone walk away and never come back?
Oh, sorry, I forgot the camera was on. I just pointed it to the floor and started walking.
Sometimes the scariest thing isn't what you see. It's what you can't explain. In the Dzungarian Alatau Mountains of Kazakhstan, explorers stumbled upon something that looks straight out of a fantasy movie. A massive rock formation shaped like a doorway. At first glance, it doesn't seem human-made, just a natural landmark. But the way it's formed, the way it looms over you, it feels intentional, like someone designed it to be an entrance. And here's the thing, doors in mountains? They're never good news. I've watched enough horror and adventure movies to know one universal rule. Don't open the ancient door. Nothing behind it is waiting to throw you a party. Best case, it's empty. Worst case, congratulations. You've just unleashed Gog, Magog, or whatever nightmare's been sealed inside for centuries. So yeah, admire it. Take pictures. But for the love of humanity, leave it shut. This school in the south of Cork City looks pretty peaceful at first. But wait, who's suddenly banging every door in this building? The video begins smoothly with no questionable activity, showing the school's hallway during nighttime. Just then, the door in the distance bangs open with a loud noise before the lockers start rattling back and forth. One of the cabinets is then opened, and the things inside are thrown out before the caution sign is aggressively kicked by an invisible presence. What in the world could this be? A ghost of a dead student? An evil creature with supernatural abilities? And are the students safe with such a being roaming around the place? Tell us in the comments. You have always heard about guardian angels. But have you ever seen a guardian ghost? The next video might make you believe in that too. Watch. A man driving a motorbike appears on the left side of the road, and suddenly an overspeeding truck is seen approaching it. However, just as the two are about to crash, the biker is saved by a speedy figure that flashes towards it at the very moment the collision would have occurred, and suddenly the two appear on the other side of the road. The truck driver stops and looks around for the biker he thinks he has crashed into, but is shocked to find no trace of any accidents and the biker on the other side of the road. Drop your thoughts on this one below. From ghostly figures in Gettysburg's fog to shadows darting through empty halls, these clips tear reality at the seams. Doors slam, curtains twitch, and strange visitors leave us questioning everything. Hoaxes, glitches, or true nightmares? One thing's clear. These mysteries will keep you up all night. If these chills got you double-checking your locks, hit that like button and subscribe for more terrifying encounters.